Hello there folks, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and I am your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. And of course today is another of our Am I a Chap series in which a gentleman, just one gentleman today, has sent me an image and I'm going to pass some observations. Nothing negative, this is all about positivity and sharing what one gentleman has done with his personal style journey to help inspire us all, because today we're in for a treat. It's a very smart gentleman indeed, and Ruben has sent me quite a few images. So only one person is featuring today because we've got so much to go through with just this one submission. Let me tell you about Ruben. So Ruben is a 36-year-old Portuguese gentleman who now lives in Guernsey. He has lived in Guernsey for around about 10 years. And for those of you who are unfamiliar, I know there's many watch this from all over the world, Guernsey is a small island off the coast of the United Kingdom. It's affiliated with the UK, it's a territory of this country, but it's closer to France than it is mainland Great Britain. So it has many different flavours when it comes to its style. I've never actually, well I have been to Guernsey, but only passing through on my way to Jersey. So never spent any time there, but it is renowned for being a bit of a centre for the finance industry. So there's a lot of wealth, a lot of style, a lot of class there. Ruben definitely falls into that category. Now, as a young man, he tells us about his style journey. He was fortunate to have a mother who was a professional seamstress, and she instilled within him the importance of being well dressed and well turned out. As I say, he's lived in Guernsey for 10 years, and since that time he has been investing in his wardrobe, buying some better items to make sure that he looks his very best, and he's starting to understand the sartorial journey and how it works for a gentleman. He says he's not yet at a point in his life where he has a budget to invest in bespoke and made-to-measure outfits, but I think he's done rather well with the budget that he has. So that's a little bit about Ruben. Let's have a look at his images. Now there are quite a few he sent me, and they cover many different styles of clothing, from formal, informal and so on. So I'm going to clip through these at as quick a pace as I can, because we'll be here all day otherwise. He sent me a lovely number of images, all of very good quality too. So let's start with this first image. And as you can see, this is what I would describe as a semi-formal outfit, and suitable for many elements of the modern gentleman's life, I'm sure. But let's break down the components into their individual parts and see, even though we look at this outfit and we see immediately that this is a gentleman who's well turned out, let's understand why. Let's deconstruct the outfit, and we'll do that with all of the outfits just to see why this is special. Let's start at the footwear, as I always say, where the rubber meets the road. And in this instance, Ruben has gone for a shoe which I would easily have selected myself. One of my favourite shoes. It's a burgundy semi-brogue. Burgundy because it's a colour which can be worn across so many different items of your clothing and different colours. And the semi-brogue, it brings pattern, it brings just a bit of interest to one's outfit, you know, a bit of texture going on there with the broguing as well. And this is a particularly lovely shade of burgundy, an Oxford style shoe, which although within itself could be identified as being quite formal, in this instance easily wearable with a semi-formal outfit as we have here today. Now the semi-formality is definitely brought home to us by the trousers. If we look at the trousers, it's a chino style trouser in a rather lighter grey style. And I say a chino, it looks like a chino, could be a jeans style trouser, but what we do know is that it doesn't come with a crease down the front, so we would class it as rather an informal trouser. But what I would say is the break, where the trouser meets the shoe, is perfect. That's exactly what I would expect, particularly of somebody who has had a professional seamstress in the family. No excuses for not getting the break perfect. And if we look up the body to the flagship item of the clothing being worn here, it's a classic navy blazer. And in this instance, it's a notched lapel navy blazer, single-breasted, classically stylish. Now this is the item in my wardrobe which gets the most use of all of my clothing. In this day and age, you know, the suits, and I've got many suits, they tend to be left in the wardrobe, and I will opt for the navy blazer and choose the trousers which will affect the formality. Informal in a situation like this, This same outfit could be rendered quite formal just by wearing a more formal trouser and adding a tie to the ensemble. This is why this is such a flexible item of clothing. And this is a lovely blazer, I have to say. Great length, great sleeve length. I can just see about a half to a quarter of an inch of cuff protruding from one of the sleeves, which is what we're always looking for. We can also see that Ruben is wearing a bangle of some kind as an adornment, piece of jewellery with his clothing there, just on his right wrist, left wrist, so he's not wearing a wristwatch. But what I can see is that the accessories have been well taken care of, because we can easily see another very outstanding item with the clothing is that blue and white pocket square, which has just nonchalantly been pushed into the pocket, giving us quite an elaborate display. Very sprezzatura style, one has to say, but it looks great. And also with the lapel, we can see that Ruben has opted for a lapel adornment in a small badge. Always like to wear something on the lapel. I'm wearing a boutonniere myself today because that lapel is a big space. It's a lovely canvas for you to put something on. And talking about the canvas, often the shirt is the blank canvas on which we dress with our other clothing. And in this instance, same as I'm doing today actually, Ruben has opted for a light blue shirt in a classic style and worn tieless, open at the collar. My only observation is that you seem to have an extra button undone there. You know, let's not creep down with all the buttons being undone. We don't want the chest pouring out, but in this case it looks entirely appropriate. And of course Guernsey is a warm climate generally, so you're looking rather smart. Now I think this is a superb rendition of a semi-formal garment ensemble of clothing, which, you know, a gentleman could wear to any number of situations. You could wear it to the office, you could wear it to a nice restaurant, you could wear it socially day to day as you go about your activities. It's just a very flexible item of clothing. You know, all of these things very, very wearable across a broad variety of life's endeavours. Now the second image I'm going to show you is a bit more casual. Although, you know, in the modern era, one would say this isn't entirely casual, but for a gentleman who's well dressed, this is about as casual as I would imagine many of us may go. Again, starting from the ground up. Let's look at the shoe. A casual shoe, but still a classic shoe. It's the double monk strap in suede. Now it's a mid-brown suede with a toe cap. It's a lovely shoe. In fact, this shoe could be worn again across any number of different styles of clothing, be it formal, informal. This could be worn with, you know, a navy suit. It could be worn with khaki chinos. It's very, very flexible, but works perfectly with this outfit. As we move up the body, we can see that Ruben is choosing to wear jeans. Now this is perhaps where we would part company in the path that we're taking, because Ruben is 36. He wears jeans probably on a daily basis because that's what people of a younger age do tend to wear. Myself, I am 52. When I was around about 50, I stopped wearing jeans as a principal item in my wardrobe because I just felt, for me, I wanted to step up my game, and I replaced my jeans with chino trousers. It was a simple, not an overnight thing, it's something I realised that I was doing subliminally. However, Ruben's a bit younger, so he chooses to wear jeans, and I make some observations about these jeans, in fact, because you will notice that he has opted to wear his jeans with a little bit of a turn-up at the bottom of the trouser, or the leg length. I don't know why, because it looks as if it would fit perfectly if that turn-up was not there, the jeans were left to drape normally. The only thing I would say is that in so doing, in turning up one's jeans, it exposes that light colour, you know, the inner element of the jeans, so you've got that little flash of a lighter colour at the ankle. It draws the eye. And, you know, when you've got jeans turned up like that, the initial thought is that, you know, you've turned them up because they don't fit properly. I know that's probably not the case here. They appear to be a good fit, but it draws the attention. Not for me personally, but it works all right for you because you're a younger generation. The other thing I would say about jeans, I believe that a darker coloured denim would have worked better here, because what I see here is that jeans are very much blending into the same colour blue as the jacket that you're wearing. And, you know, at first glance, it looks as if you've got a mismatched suit on. I know it's not, but, you know, I'm just looking at the colours. And I would say that if you'd worn a darker colour jean, there would have been more of a contrast between the upper and lower halves of your body. I personally think it would have worked better. If it was me, I'd have been wearing a pair of navy blue chino trousers. But you've gone for jeans, it's fine. Fit you well, look good. As we move up the body, we see a casual, unstructured jacket. I say casual, I can see that it's got patch pockets, so it lends towards the more casual. It's got a bit of texture to it. It seems to be, a thicker gauge material. Yeah, it's lovely. It's a lovely notch lapel casual jacket. And again, we can see Ruben has, shown his style credentials here because he's got that pocket square in place and a lapel adornment. Spot on. Under that jacket, we see a Henley or a polo shirt in a grey colour. Again, indicating that this is a very casual outfit, because generally I wouldn't be wearing a polo shirt or a Henley underneath a jacket, because that soft collar which you have with those garments, they don't always sit well with the collar of a jacket. But in this case, it looks good. And I can see that, you're striking an excellent casual ensemble of clothing, topped off, of course, by that newsboy cap in the grey colour, which matches with your polo shirt. An excellent set of clothing for your day-to-day activities. If you're going to the supermarket, if you're just tripping around town, this is what you would expect. Probably a more cooler weather outfit because the jacket looks a bit thicker, but spot on. Very nice indeed. Now, let's head off in a different direction. Let's go out for the evening in a stylish and swish international location. And here we see Ruben dressed for a night on the town in just such an environment. I think you'll agree, this is very smart indeed. And when my wife glanced over my shoulder when I was reviewing these images earlier, this was the one which took her eye. So obviously it catches the eyes of the ladies. And let's start from the ground up. We've gone a bit more formal. Now we see a monk strap shoe, single monk strap, but with a shiny brown leather instead of the suede. And immediately you see that this has elevated the outfit by making it a bit more formal, a bit smarter, because we get the shine off the leather. It draws our attention. As I say to people, so important to keep the shoes in good shape. Put that brush and some polish over them every so often, and in this case we get the glimmer of the light on the shoe and it draws our eye. So it's important to make the shoes look good. Moving up the body, the trousers, we seem to have a blue effect pair of trousers. Casual trouser again. I say casual because it appears to be a trouser which doesn't require us to wear a crease within it, so hence quite casual. Lovely fit, perfect break with the shoe. Yet again, you're nailing, the way that your trousers fall and drape with the shoe. But of course, the star of the show in this outfit is going to be that double-breasted blazer, which is absolutely eye-catching, because it's light in colour and it has a lovely sort of brown or orange check to it, which immediately draws the eye. The double-breasted, I think it's notch lapels. It is a lovely fit, a perfect fit on the body, as a double-breasted jacket should be. You're wearing it in the correct protocol way. You're not wearing the bottom button done up, which is correct to do when you're wearing a double-breasted garment. The length on the sleeve looks perfect. The length in the body looks perfect. It's great across the shoulders. It's accentuating the broadness of the chest and nipping down to, a cinched off waist. I do love a double-breasted garment. It looks so good. The colours are great. The contrast of those buttons show up against the jacket as well. It's a lovely, lovely outfit. And the accessories, devil is in the detail, isn't it always? A beautiful orange effect pocket square, which matches with those the stripes in the check pattern. Doesn't it just scream class? I really think this is a very lovely outfit if you're going out for the evening and it's quite casual, but you're still dressing exceptionally smart. It looks great. The lapel adornment, again, still there. A white shirt, and a white shirt is the perfect blank canvas to wear with your clothing, of course it is. In this case, I think you've undone too many buttons because I can see some chest hair spilling out, which is perhaps a little bit beyond the pale, but it's a warm climate, I can give you that. What I did notice, with my eye for attention to detail, is that you're obviously not wearing a tie, but I notice at your collar you're using a magnetic device which holds the collar in place. I use this myself. I think I did a whole video on this some time ago. Basically, you use a metal collar stay in conjunction with a magnetic or a magnet inside the collar, holds the collar perfect all night. No concerns about the blades going off on different angles. When I saw that, I knew that you're a man who really pays attention to the way that you look, because that's the sort of thing I do, and this is a great outfit. So a perfect special night out outfit. Okay, moving on. I know you want to get a bit more formal, some of you chaps. Let's look at summer formal, I would suggest here, because, you know, Guernsey is a fairly warm climate in comparison to, you know, mainland UK or elsewhere you may be in the world. And here we see Ruben maybe dressed for a lovely summer day out, or perhaps going to the office in a warm climate. Let's start, as ever, with the shoes. I think it's a reappearance of those burgundy semi-brogues from the first image. And again, isn't this an example of how versatile those shoes are? They were worn in what is essentially a semi-formal outfit earlier on. Now we've gone to a more formal summer outfit, and they just look even more perfect for this particular set of clothes. Moving up, we see what is in effect a sort of a beige or an ecru coloured linen summer suit. Very, very smart indeed. Let's look at those trousers. Perfect length on the trousers, little turn up on the bottom, a cuff on the trouser. But what does draw my eye, particularly with linen, because it creases and wrinkles so readily, is a sharp crease running down the length of those trousers. I say this to gentlemen so many times. If your trousers comes with a crease down the front of the leg, it is meant to have a sharp crease in it. And it is your responsibility to maintain that crease. Learn how to iron. It will be your best friend in looking good as an intentionally well-dressed man. And Ruben delivers in spades here. We've got a great sharp crease running down those trousers. In fact, I noticed there's even a crease running down the inner seam of the jacket. So either you're a superb ironer, or this jacket has recently been to the dry cleaners and been properly done. Either way, this jacket looks excellent, marries beautifully with those trousers. It's a 3-button jacket by the look of it, which is not that common these days, but in this case, perfect. Middle button done up, bottom button undone in the normal protocol for a 3-button jacket. And this is a lovely notched lapel, single-breasted linen jacket in a lovely colour, which is perfect for the summer. Great sleeve length, a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of that white shirt material visible at the cuffs. Exactly what we would hope to see from a well-dressed man. Pocket square, gone a little mad there. You've gone for, I don't know, it looks like 2 pocket squares perhaps, adding a bit of visual depth. But yeah, pocket square is good, draws the eye, can't fault that. White shirt and tie. Now, these are my observations here. The white shirt, yes, it works great with this suit. What I would have gone for, personally, a little bit more of a contrast. I would have gone for a blue shirt in this instance, because the blue shirt would have given us something to look at. Bit of a contrast between the 2 light colours. What we have here is white and that lighter material suit. So I would have gone for a light blue shirt. Actually would have had a better contrast with that tie as well. But actually, I think it's a great outfit. My only observation would have been slightly different colour on the shirt, just to give us more contrast. But actually, superb. Another excellent addition, and you could wear this anywhere to anything on a summer event indeed, where you want a bit more formality and a tie is required. Now, sticking with the formal look, Ruben has sent us what is perhaps more a classic suit, which you may wear to the office or to a special occasion. You could wear this to a wedding. You could wear this to any situation. A nice navy blue single-breasted suit. And let's start with the ground up. We see a pair of double monk strap shoes in a mid-brown. Again, perfect marriage between those shoes and the suit that we see here. And look at the break on those trousers again. Spot on. You're getting this just right every time. I love it. Trousers, you know, it looks like a non-pleated or flat-fronted trousers. Lovely combo. Crease could be a bit sharper in the trousers if I'm being critical, but there we are. We've already shown you can do it, but in this case, you know, perhaps you've been wearing it all day. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, and the crease has fallen out a bit. We look at the jacket, perfect length, sleeve length, again, just the flash of that white shirt sticking out from the cuff looks just right. Now, when we look at the detail here and the dressing of this garment, you know, it's a pretty straightforward suit. Looks to be a good fit. It looks to be pulling slightly at that button at the first point, you know, but maybe it's just the way you're standing. But actually, the devil is in the detail. White pocket square, looks great. Bit of a nonchalant sprezzatura style poked in the pocket. Our lapel adornment is visible on that notch lapel. My observations here, white shirt, perfect blank canvas for the dressing. And your tie. That is the only thing I would have changed here. What you're doing is wearing a tie which is predominantly navy blue in colour. I can see it seems to have some maybe red polka dots or something, or a repeating motif within the pattern of the tie itself. My only observation is that the tie doesn't give us much of a contrast with the suit. You're wearing a tie which is predominantly the same colour as the suit. What I would have personally done is worn a tie which was predominantly a different colour. Maybe, yes, have blue in there, but it just looks to be very much, as I'm standing back looking at the image, it looks as if the tie is the same colour as the suit. It's nice to have a bit of contrast, isn't it? You've chosen to wear a white pocket square, so you're not bringing colour in on that regard. So I'd like to have seen some colour in the tie itself. Maybe instead of having red or burgundy as the lesser colour in that tie pattern, I would have worn a tie which was more burgundy with maybe the smaller element being the blue. Just my thoughts though. I like to often wear ties which are in contrast with the suit, just to bring in the punch of the colour. But this is an outfit which you could absolutely wear to any formal situation. And I'm going to say it now, I think there'd be no doubt you would be the best dressed man in the room. Beautiful shoes, lovely suit, fits very well with the accessories being spot on the money. So there we go. You know how to do it, don't you? You can do casual, you can do semi-formal, you can do formal rather well. Let's go a bit nuts and dress a little more avant-garde. And here we see Ruben in a beautiful location, wearing something which is really, perhaps you're going to a stylish afternoon drinks in somebody's garden or something of that nature, and you've decided to go full on and dress for the sartorial impact. Let's start from the ground up. A beautiful pair of lighter suede tassel loafers. Worn sockless. I can see a bit of an invisible sock poking there, which is what we would expect. But these are beautiful shoes and show a marked contrast with the trousers. Now the trousers appear to be quite dark, maybe black in colour, and they look like they have a pleat, so I would expect to see a crease down there, but I can't see any detail here because of the darkness of the trousers in the image. But let's be honest, the trousers are not really attracting our attention here. The star of the show is that blazer, that jacket that you're wearing, which appears to be a golden linen single-breasted notch lapel 2-button jacket, which is absolutely glorious, is it not? This is something which screams summer and confidence and sartorial glamour, and it's a beautiful strong colour which I really love. Lovely fit, perfect length in the sleeves, as again the legs of your trousers are a perfect length and drape to those shoes. But the jacket is lovely, makes you look rather broad, perfectly cut, and of course you're wearing a glamorous waistcoat underneath as well, plaid or check pattern, bottom button undone in the expected waistcoat protocol. This is a very nice outfit. When I look at the waistcoat, I notice the detail, of course. The waistcoat has lapels. The beauty of having lapels on your waistcoat is that if you wish to discard the jacket, it gets rather warm or whatever, having a waistcoat with lapels, it makes it look like a finished outfit with those lapels. So you could discard the jacket and walk around with just the waistcoat and shirt on, and you're going to look fine. I find a waistcoat which doesn't have lapels doesn't really look like a finished outfit if it's worn without its jacket. Just my observations, but this one is spot on. As usual, we see the white pocket square and the lapel adornment, which we've come to expect now from you, Ruben, because you know how to dress, and a white shirt, the classic, blank canvas to the rest of the outfits. Let's be honest, whatever you wear with that jacket, it's always going to be the bridesmaid at the wedding, isn't it? Because that jacket is really the star. As we've come to expect from you, sir, you know, maybe one too many buttons undone at the shirt, but that is a lovely outfit. Very, very special. I love it. And again, my wife spotted this one and was rather taken by it. So let us finish off with one final image because, you know, you've nailed it. Let's be honest, you are a chap, there's no doubt of that. But let's look at one final one, and this is maybe a mid-season outfit, what you might wear if the weather has turned a bit and we're heading into autumn or spring, and you want a little bit more protection and warmth from the elements. But yet, you're still able to deliver a spectacular display to the world around you. Look at this outfit. Let's start with the shoes as ever, and here we see a pair of brown loafers, worn sockless in this instance, and don't they look really smart? I love them, lovely shine on them. You know your way around a pot of polish and a brush, I can see that, and these look perfect for this outfit, which will become apparent in a moment. The slacks that you're wearing here, a very vivid orange pair of chinos, they look, with a little cuff at the bottom, perfect length, as we've come to expect from you, sir, and a lovely fit flat-fronted pair of chinos, really vivid colour, really draws the eye, spectacular. Belt worn at the waist, you've matched your leathers, you're wearing the same colour leather on your belt as you do your shoes, and obviously the main garment that you're wearing is that leather jacket as well. It's a lovely sort of a hybrid motorcycle style leather jacket. Beautiful colour, chocolate colour, perfect fit. This is an ideal jacket for, you know, the leather world in a season just like this. I have to admit, I've recently ordered a jacket like this, so I'm a little bit biased. I rather like it. I hope the jacket I've got on the way looks anything as good as this one, because this one really nails it in my opinion. And worn with that, it seems to be a grey shirt, maybe a button-down collar shirt, can't quite see, casual shirt, lovely fit. Again, you like undoing those buttons at the neck, don't you? But who can argue when you look so smart? That is a real smart outfit for maybe a cooler time of the year. I really like it, I have to admit. You, sir, know how to dress, and you have inspired us in the delivery that you have given us today. I'm going to throw another one in. There's so many you sent. It's a shame not to show them all, but I'm going to give one more. Look at this little outfit for a day at the beach. Yeah, maybe a mid-season outfit. Blue loafers, this time worn sockless, blue trousers, again a chino in a lovely colour, and a white or ecru coloured denim jacket worn with that lovely striped blue shirt underneath. And just to add some detail, because you can't wear a pocket square, you can't wear your traditional lapel adornment, you've thrown on a bit of a summer scarf underneath to add some colour and some pattern and some style and, you know, a bit of texture to the outfit. What a classically dressed man you are indeed. It's been a pleasure to review your images today, Ruben. I could hardly give any observations other than to the other gentlemen watching this to say this should be an inspiration for us all, how you can dress very well. You don't have to go bespoke or made to measure. It's just a matter of curating a wardrobe of some lovely pieces which can be the stars of the show when you wear them. Thanks very much for sending in your images, Ruben. You are, of course, a chap. You do deserve a special salute from me today for sending your pictures in. If you've enjoyed the video you've seen today, don't forget, give it a thumbs up, click the red button if you'd like to see more. Remember, you can also send your images in to me if you'd like me to review your styling here on the Am I a Chap series. Don't forget, you can also support the channel by buying me a coffee. The link for that is in the show notes below. So until the next time, take care of yourselves, dress with passion and style, just like Ruben, and you will cut a dash in your life. Until the next time, take care, and I will see you again very soon.